It would seem that President Uhuru Kenyatta has taken the largest party by far within NASA, and that is ODM. Now, what if Deputy President William Samoei Ruto took all the other remaining political parties within NASA? Now I can hear somebody saying, interesting theory, Chris. At a theory, it's not a theory. It is in the works. And the latest evidence is when Mombasa Governor and Deputy Party Leader of ODM, Ali Hassan Joho, came out and said openly, we are aware that some of the other NASA party leaders are negotiating with the Deputy President. Yeah, and we're not worried. Folks, hii ni siasa na kunaendanga hivyo. Now I know I've lost some people. Yeah, so let's break it down slowly so that we understand where this crazy kumekucha statement came from. Why I'm saying it is not a theory. But before we go anywhere, let's be clear on one thing. When a politician denies something, more often than not, it means nothing. Zilch. You know, I sometimes wonder, whether all these people who go into politics go somewhere, and before they have even started their political careers, they're trained on how to deny something convincingly, how to lie, with a straight face. Repeat after me. Allegations that I beat my wife are false. These are baseless accusations coming from my political opponents, and I condemn them in the strongest terms possible, etc., etc. And you slapped your wife last night. Repeat after me. In fact, when I'm elected, I will work very hard to pass a new law that any husband found merely touching the wife should be executed. Hanging act. And then the instructor tells them, you are blinking too much. They'll know you're lying. Look straight into the camera and try not to blink. And very important, look very annoyed. Look very, very annoyed. Denials from politicians mean nothing. And this applies anywhere in the world. Lakini Kenya imezidi. I wanted to emphasize that. So don't bring me that at these other NASA people have denied what Joho said, or they have denied it can't be true, etc., etc. Don't be naive. Because the truth of the matter is that it makes perfect political sense if all the other NASA principals joined Deputy President William Samoei Ruto in his bid for the high office in 2022. Let me explain. And let me start with an example. A real-life story. It happened. In 2013, a politician called Kalonzo Musyoka, a NASA principal, lobbied very hard with the then outgoing president, Emilio Stanley Mwai Kibaki, to be in pole position to take over the presidency from him. You will remember that Kalonzo Musyoka was Mwai Kibaki's vice president in the run-up to the 2013 elections. And Raila Odinga was prime minister in the then Grand Coalition government. In the end, when Mwai Kibaki's deep state settled on Uhuru and Ruto, Kalonzo did not give up. And by the way, before you start throwing stones at me, there was nothing wrong with what Kalonzo Musyoka was doing. That's what happens in politics. That is a strategy in politics that works, although rarely. And Honorable Kalonzo, who is a lawyer by profession and an experienced diplomat, started pushing forward the point that Kenya would be ostracized from the international community if we elected people who are facing serious charges at The Hague. And it is in the public record. Deputy President William Ruto told us, while he was in a very emotional state, that one evening before the 2013 general elections, Kalonzo Musyoka had a meeting with Uhuru Kenyatta and Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. And Kalonzo told them something to the effect that they should not worry, that after he has served his presidency, and after they return from The Hague, he will ensure that he finds a way to hand over the presidency to them after he has completed his terms. I suspect what got to the deputy president is the way Kalonzo Musyoka was saying, after you come back, as if they'll be coming back from some 5-star hotel at The Hague. Jela hata ya wazungu sio hoteli. Anyway, for our purposes today, when Kalonzo Musyoka realized that nobody was listening to him, people were not seeing what he was seeing, and what to him was obvious, what did he do? He crossed over to NASA. In other words, hakuingia kwa mahesabu ya Jubilee. Kwa hivyo, akaenda NASA kujifinyilia kwa mahesabu ya NASA. Folks, that happened. So let me ask you a simple question. What do you think NASA principals, Musalia Mudavadi, Kalonzo Musyoka, Moses Wetangula will do kama hawaingii kwa mahesabu ya the coalition between Jubilee and ODM? What would you do? You, for instance, what would you do if you're in their positions? And the signs are all there. Yeah. Kalonzo Musyoka is already saying that he'd rather resign from politics than be Raila Odinga's running mate yet again, or anybody's running mate yet again. He wants to be president. Period. Although I need to make something clear. Yeah. It is unlikely that any of the NASA principals will be on the presidential ticket if they cross over to DP Ruto's camp. Yeah, for the simple reason that the Constitution bars William Samoei Ruto from running as anybody's running mate yet again in 2022. Bottom line, there is no way DP Ruto can be anybody's running mate. Yeah? He can only run for President of the Republic of Kenya. Here too, of course, he has the option of negotiating to be on Kalonzo Musyoka or Musalia Mudavadi's cabinet, yeah, when those two individuals are president. he has that option. Yeah, maybe he can go for the agricultural docket, yeah, which he had before. What do you think? You tell me. Now, it is true, in these boardroom, backroom discussions, which are held before elections, when a politician loses their bid to be the presidential candidate and the deputy presidential candidate, they will negotiate, yeah, for any other deal. Yeah, at least watoke na kitu. But I don't see William Ruto being on the ticket for anything else other than the presidency. If he were to make a pact with the other NASA principals, yeah, ahead of the polls. But there's also something else that tells you that Ruto will be the presidential candidate. Let's go back to 2017. Yeah, let me give you this example. In 2017, it is on the public record that NASA principals had agreed to front Kalonzo Musyoka as the NASA presidential candidate. Raila was going to be the chairman of the NASA principals or something like that. But at the last minute, things changed. And I covered that at the time in my Club 1999 sensitive recordings, yeah, which is today Club 1999 and weekly intelligence briefings. What changed that equation at the last minute was something called Mbesha money. You see, you can't run for president anywhere in the civilized world without the ability to raise, to attract the funds required to run a presidential campaign. You can't. So at the last minute, yeah, this NASA principal was asked, fine, you'll be the NASA flag bearer for the presidency. Now, do you have the budget? Do you have the money? Can you attract the funds? Kalonzo's response, you can imagine how that conversation went. Yeah. Who else within the NASA principles has the capabilities, yeah, to raise those funds to fund the presidential campaign? Is there anybody here? Oh, Raila. Mimi niko hapa. Niko tayari na pesa iko. End of story. Now you can imagine the other NASA principals with DP Ruto and the same conversation taking place. How do you think it'll end? Folks, please don't be naive when analyzing politics. Please stick to political reality. You know, if you had the opportunity of participating in discussions within the WAB Club 1999 community, you will be shocked. Yeah, because what people are discussing out here and analyzing is very different from the discussions going on, very informed discussions, within the weekly intelligence briefings community. And don't get me wrong, I'm not bragging. We have some brilliant minds. Personally, I have learned a lot, and I continue to learn every day. But my point is, what makes the quality of those discussions very high is something very simple. Those discussions stick to political reality, not daydreams. And by the way, you can join in those discussions in the next few seconds. Pop, by being a subscriber to my WIBs, because it is very easy to be a subscriber these days. It's not like before. Just listen in for more details. While I try my very best to give you real value on this public channel and to give you all the valuable information I can, the truth is there's some information that is way too sensitive to share on this public channel. That information usually ends up in my weekly intelligence briefings, which is usually moto kama pasi. Just to give you a few examples, what really happened to former President of Tanzania, Dr. John Pombe Magufuli? Is it true that he passed on at a Nairobi hospital? Actually, the Magufuli inside story is nothing short of mind-boggling. Most people who have taken in my WIB number 52, which contains this information, have been left breathless. Even the most hardened cynics have been left bila words, if I can put it in the Kenyan way. Another example of a WIB that I published recently. There is a secret that those who are close to Raila Odinga have guarded and continue to guard with everything they have. Why is this particular secret so sensitive? And what is it anyway? It is contained in one of my WIBs. In fact, a recent one. And there's much more, including things you'd never imagine that are happening in the corridors of power that neatly explain what we see unfolding in the public domain. Bottom line, you will never look at Kenyan politics in the same way again after you become a WIB subscriber. Indeed, it is true to say that in most instances, the truth is stranger than fiction, and sometimes much more difficult to believe than fiction. But it remains the naked truth. And now you have a golden opportunity of becoming a weekly intelligence briefing subscriber on a monthly basis, which will automatically give you access to every single WIB ever produced. Oh yes, I will send you all the WIBs immediately you become a subscriber. And to become a monthly subscriber, all you need is $9.95 only, or Kenya shillings 995 only. Simply send a blank email to the email address you see on your screens right now, and you'll get an automated response by email instantly, within seconds, with full payment instructions and what you need to do. The same full payment instructions are also included in the description area below this video on YouTube. I strongly recommend that you go for it, because this offer will not last for much longer. I really look forward to seeing you on the other side as a WIB subscriber. Thanks so much for your support. It means a lot to me. And I'm saying that very sincerely from the bottom of my heart. I look forward to seeing you on the other side as a WIB subscriber. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.